Time for an IP audit. I've tried making this like 2 or 3 times now. This is my free Do I Have Intellectual Property worksheet just to help entrepreneurs, business owners, creators go through what you've created so far to see if you might have IP that you can then go and meet with an IP attorney to go over what your options would be. My goal with this is to make meeting an IP attorney for the first time less intimidating. Let's walk through this together. This is not legal advice. You do need to go to an IP attorney if you have very specific questions as to what you're doing. Some of the government offices like the USPTO and the US Copyright Office, they have really great information online if you also want to start there. We're going to look at trademarks and trade dress. Basically, what you want to do is go through what you've created, go through your website, your content, and you're going to be looking for anything that is a logo, a tagline, brand names, any source identifying designs or aesthetics, okay? And then you'll write that in the little notes box there. Next, we have copyrights. So you're gonna look for anything that you've created that is art, photography, videography, manuscripts, and you'll make a note for those there. For patents, this is a little bit out of my wheelhouse because I don't have a hard science background, and so if you are trying to patent something, you want to make sure that you go and talk to a patent attorney. But essentially, and this is also on the USPTO, any inventions, machines, processes, compositions of matter, I believe those are like chemicals that, correct me on that if I'm wrong, mental design on a product or new varieties of plants. Next, we have trade secrets. So this is going to be confidential information that is economically valuable to your business, and any protections that you have in place, if any, write it down in this notes box because it's good to go over that with an attorney to make sure that you are properly protecting that information so that way it can be treated like a trade secret. It isn't IP per se. However, contracts are very important for protecting your IP, and some of these are just standard things that you might need to have in place. So terms of service, privacy policies on your websites, licensing contracts, employment contracts, service agreements, or a manufacturing distribution is going to want to talk to an attorney about to make sure that you've properly covered your IP. And finally, any domains you have. So any URL domain that you have or would like to have, I would make note of and talk about that with your IP attorney when you meet with them, just to see what options there might be. And then finally, in the bottom, I created a little space for you to write down any other concerns or questions you might have that you would like to ask. It's really good to just ask the question. Don't be scared of us. I know some of us are actually scary, but some of us really, we love, especially IP attorneys, we love IP, we love nerding out about it, we love talking to clients about it. So feel free to ask your questions, and it's better to bring up more information so that way the attorney is aware of everything you're dealing with versus withholding information and that being critical information that they might need for something to work or make sense. You can find this sheet in my Stan store if you would like to download it and use it for yourself. If you have feedback, let me know.